Since the coronavirus started, our lives have changed quite a bit. Obviously, we don't go out as much as we used to.
Conserving more, in a sense, using a lot less things that I normally probably would.
I work for an essential business garden center, and other people there who have been coming in have been showing a lot more interest in buying crops, fruits, vegetables, and showing interest in growing their own food.
You know, it's strange. People are asking what will stick from this experience? What behaviors are we likely to continue to follow after the crisis is over? My guess is actually probably not too many behaviors. I think we may adopt a different perspective on the way we face common threats, the way we deal with common challenges, not just a virus like this, but possibly climate change and other environmental threats. But I think in terms of the way we live our everyday lives, within 6 months of this crisis being over, we're probably going to get back to something very close to what we had before the threat.
I think that those who maybe enjoyed becoming more self-sufficient, growing their own food, or traveling less might continue to do so, while others, after being stuck home for so long, we might see kind of a more significant increase in travel or spending or consumption because people were restricted from being able to do that for so long.
But for people in general, I hope they might realize they don't need to drive as much or consume as much since they've gotten through the pandemic in this way, kind of being a little more conservative in what they're using.
I think one of the things that will stick with us is using telecommunications tools more than we used to. Our family Zooms once or twice a week as a group, 10, 15 of us. We've never done that before, and we hope that continues.
So often we live our lives as individuals concerned about our own self-interest, and that makes complete and total sense. But it's also necessary that we see the ways we're connected. We see the common challenges that we all face, and we imagine our ability to work together to solve those common threats. That's what's necessary to deal with this virus, and that's what's necessary to deal with climate change. So I'm hoping that this experience in coming together and dealing with this common threat will allow us to also face other common threats with the same sort of resolve and the same sort of bravery.
One lesson we can learn from all this is to try to live our lives in balance. Traveling less, using less electricity, spending more time with your family. These are all good things, and the Earth seems to have responded by cleaning itself up, showing us what it could be if we just lived our lives in better balance.
This might ultimately be the thing that opens some people's eyes to realize, like, we're all, not to be cheesy, but we're all in this together, and this is just one Earth that we have, so we need to be careful with it, and we need to be connected.
I'd like to view the situation optimistically and think that this can be an example of just how well we can collaborate, work together, adapt, overcome, and innovate in situations that are difficult and complicated. I think that the virus has a lot in common with the threats that we face environmentally. Public health and environmental health have a lot of overlap. So I think that as we learn from the situation, we're just going to be better prepared to face future obstacles.
The fact is, a month of not driving, shopping a little less for several weeks, that's not going to save the planet, and it's not going to fundamentally change the threats we face. But the shift in perspective that might be mobilized and empowered by this experience, that could fundamentally change our shared future.